Hey guys, and welcome to what is probably, I'm not completely sure, but I think it's likely this is going to be the last part in Crusader Kings 2. And it's been a fun journey. We've seen kingdoms and empires rise and fall, cultures spread and disappear to places maybe they shouldn't be. I'm looking at you Anglo-Saxons and Russians and etc. But we're coming into the end of this journey. We'll have to go to EU4 very soon. I'm looking forward to seeing how the Byzantine Empire and Francia kind of clash with each other in EU4, and how they interact with the rest of the world. Africa, Asia, the New World. How will that affect things? And will they collapse at some point of their own accord? Maybe. Who knows how stable they're going to be in EU4? So even though they are massive right, now, we have no idea how things are going to play out in the future. But right now it seems pretty stable. I think we're not going to see maybe some massive changes in the next part. But we have a Lapland. What is Lapland? Let's have a quick look over here. We have King Orson the Witch Hunter, Vic2. So we've got the Vic2 family, who were the leaders of Mauritania. They are now currently controlling Lapland. Huh. How did you just get that? I'm pretty sure that wasn't like that a second ago. Peacefully usurped it. So he just usurped Lapland, but he is a Catholic and he is German. So this is not really, them coming back. This is a new state. A new man has created his own little kingdom up north. We still got, obviously, the Skuldong family up here in Iceland. I'm glad to see them survive, but not sure how that's going to go. And obviously, remember, it's not just EU4 this will have an effect on. Imagine what sort of government is Francia going to have going into Victoria 2, or even Hearts of Iron 4. Or maybe we'll see a world conquest, and that the Romans will take over the world once again. Who knows? Well, when I say take over the world again, they never originally took over the world. So that makes no sense. So just ignore me. Just ignore me for now. The Deccan Empire, they're still doing pretty well. And they've got these guys vassalized at the moment. Well, tributaries, not really vassalized. The Purifier of the Deccan Empire. So we could see a strong India in the future. And because of the economics, it looks like India's quite strong economically. So they could be pretty rich going into EU4. So you got that as well. Suomen and Lithuania are still existing right now. They're still alive. Still going. No one seems to be attacking anyone. It feels like people aren't really attacking each other that much at this point in time. Francia is attacking the Caliph to make them a tributary state. That would be something different. German-English de jure war over Kent. So Germany's attacking England still. They keep attacking the Russian England, which is kind of sad, really. We saw this Russian England rise up. I mean, culturally it's interesting, because we've got a bit of Russian going on over here, which I really... That's just so silly. It's so silly. The Emperor, well, the Tsar of Britannia, he's also Russian. So, okay, so there's the Tsar of Britannia underneath the foot of Francia right now is also Russian, and he lives in Wales. Well, there you go. His grandmother, yeah, was a Sul, Anglo-Saxon. German, Russian. The cultures are just completely mixed. We'll go over all the cultures and stuff at the end. When we get to the end of this, before we go to EU4, we'll go over all the little bits. We'll go see where things are, the cultures, religion. We'll talk about the different countries and how they got to where they are. Once we get to the end of CK2, we'll end on the 11th of November, 1444. That's when EU4 starts. We'll talk about what we've got at the end there, and then we'll finish. And the next video will begin in EU4, and we'll see, after we discussed things, how that goes into EU4. I think it's going to be a good idea to discuss what each place looks like before we jump into EU4, so we can see how exactly it went into it. We might see some surprises, maybe. I don't know how it's going to convert some of this stuff. It can do some weird things sometimes, so it might be good to have a quick check around. I do apologise for my speaking today. I just come off a massive, hay fever for some reason. There's something I'm allergic to, apparently, and so my sinuses are completely blocked. And Sweden is here. What happened to Germany? the capital's in England. Queen, very interesting name. Seems sort of Chinese. Huang Fu, the Spider of Sweden, of Northumbria family. She's married to, you know, the Genghis Khan's dynasty. Her heir is of her dynasty, though. Okay, what do you have in your place? The Confessions of Countess Lofwawu, the Crown of Pearls. Who made this? Who made this Crown of Pearls? King Greif the Tormentor. Over about 150 years ago, that was created. Good to see that around still. But yes, we've got Sweden. Are they at war, though? Are they fighting for any reason? Tibetan Holy War for Balik. Okay, so she's on the side, one of the sides in Egypt versus Tibet. Okay. We've got Sweden with land, lots of land in Germany, most of the land in Scandinavia, and in kind of the Eastern Europe, Russia area. I'm hoping they'll start sorting themselves out in EU4. EU4, they tend to, like, attack their neighbours a lot. While in obviously CK2 you can get claims on random things and get lords rise up and this sort of thing happens. The Ludwaldens control Germany right now. So, you know, at least they have Germany, I guess. Still surviving, you know. We'll talk a lot about them when we look at England at the end of this video. I think we're going to talk a lot about them. But this Byzantine Empire, they're doing nice. Look at this. It's all getting together here. They've taken up a lot up here. They're basically kind of like a border across from India to the Middle East. And the Middle East, really, you got Arabia, Egypt, and that's really it. The Western Protectorate still has something down here. The Sultan of Yemen. Okay, you know, you got Francia with Jerusalem, basically, going into EU4. And Sweden having kind of most of the Middle East. Mongol Empire still controls this one little patch of land right there. There you go. Delhi exists. They're no longer a tributary to anyone. You still got the whole Tibetan civil war thing with Yutsang, Guj, all broken apart, but the same family. The Arabian Empire is now a vassal to Francia? No. Why did it say Francia then? Not sure what's going on over there at the moment. So and they've now called themselves Perm. It's the same guy, he just decided to go... It's he's a tributary to Perm. Okay, so Perm has made him become a tributary. Lots of people making people tributaries these days. That seems to be the new popular thing. Germany did lose all of its land in the British Isles. It's basically just Sweden, England, and the Frankian tributary. Ah, Saxony. So Saxony, the Queen, Ludwaldin, the Saxon Queen, is underneath Francia. Doesn't really have much land. Kind of more, again, another place with the title, but really just in title, not actual power or land. They have that. Mali seems to be okay for now. Gwynedd versus Mali. De jure holding war over Catha. What, Gwynedd? Why are the Welsh? Well, I mean, I guess not really Welsh anymore, are they? They're underneath Francia. What's actually the cultures here in Wales? Wasn't some of it Russian? Yeah. A lot of it's Russian. Anglo-Saxon, yep, it's, there's no Welsh left, but, you know, the Russian and Anglo-Saxons coming down the Mali. Mali's been able to hold off everyone all this time. They survived the Mongol invasions, you know. They managed to live after that, once the Mongols were pushed back. Yeah, Mongols have been pushed back quite a bit. Egypt controlling all the land up here, which is just really weird. That's just really weird having that. Like I said, I'm sure things will kind of sort themselves out in EU4 as they attack all their neighbours and try to expand. And obviously some of these are going to get like coalitions against them probably, which is going to probably affect people quite a lot. Especially these bigger nations. They might find it a bit of a problem at some point. Possibly, maybe not. They may be too powerful, you know? Thinking like the Ottomans. If the Ottomans were this powerful at the start of the EU4, that'd be crazy. And that's how strong these guys are going to be. And Francia. Like, think how strong Spain is. Think how strong France is. They've even got parts of Russia as well. Quite a bit, actually. They're going to be ridiculous. How's the royal family these days, then? Emperor Adrian Hessen. So Hessen's still in charge. It's now primogeniture still, so Hessen should still be in charge for the while to come. Deberaturicus. It's primogeniture, yep, still going down primogeniture. No more electives at all. No more elections for anyone. Yep, same with Britannia. Even little old Britannia's got that going. So many. You been attacked? Galerian prepared invasion of Lithuania. So Gelray is actually invading Suomi, but who's actually winning? Okay. 25% in favor of King Karatomonok the Young. I think that's Gelray. I think that is actually Gelray. No, that's Lithuania. That's actually Lithuania. There you go, the Young. I thought so. Okay. Perm still has got them as a tributary. Byzantines. Egypt. What is it? What? These are Christians? Sultan Wanokwo Samarid. They become Christians? Why? What's going on here? Oh, wow. Look at Africa. They're pretty Catholic right now. The Middle East actually is really Catholic as well. Who is actually the leader of Egypt? What religion are they? Oh, that is him. Yeah, he's converted to the Catholic faith. Huh. Well, I'll say this is odd. We actually could see Sunni and Shia completely disappear, which I don't think I've ever seen when I've been playing. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be fun maybe with personal unions, because all these Catholic nations can obviously do personal unions and stuff. That's kind of one thing I'm always sad about with some of the other religions. You can't do personal unions sometimes, which I think is kind of sad. What is this? A new nation. Nutra. Okay, Duke Philibert Voljaslajovic. He has land in lots of different places right now. Polotsk, Gran. He's got many high lordships. Could he create a kingdom out of this? Maybe he needs to wait till he's a little bit older. He's got a bit of time left. He still has time to be able to make his own little kingdom over there. We could have three little kingdoms over here. We could have Nutra, Lithuania, and Suomi. Could be fun. Ah. What is this? Duke Totil of Hälsingland. So we've got Hälsing. He's actually Swedish. We've actually got a person from this area who actually controls some land. It's only a duke. We also have a duke over here. King... Well, not a duke. I guess he is a king, yeah. Petty kingdom. King Grim Mule. Norwegian. I miss the Sir family. The Sir family used to be pretty powerful. I liked them. So we got a few, like, you know, independent lords popping up here and there still. What's going on in Francia? No rebellions for now, but they have a very young emperor in Emperor Roger. Never seen an emperor named Roger before. That does not feel like a very emperor name, but fine. Over Essex now. England's attacking for Essex from Germany. What is that? Is that Albany? So we're seeing some independent nations suddenly start to appear. Albany's here, of Devon. He's Anglo-Saxon. I was thought maybe, you know, you could get a Kingdom of Scotland return, but I don't think we will, and they're never going to be Scottish. The Scottish are gone. The Scottish are completely gone themselves, at least as a people. But the kingdom could still rise up, possibly. Western Protectorate down here as well. Some people still bending the knee to the emperors of China. Still the same family, the Mongol family of Genghis Khan. But there is a civil war right now, so we could see them obviously, you know, have a bit of a problem over here. They're open, though. And he likes concubines, but dislikes eunuchs, so... Okay. Likes the women, doesn't like the guys, basically. That's what we can take from that. Yep, everything else over here looks fine for now. Kind of keep an eye on all these eastern kingdoms, because I want to see them survive. I don't want to see them get eaten up, you know? We've already got Frankie and the Byzantine Empire being so strong. It's ridiculous. And what is this rebellion here? For the Holy Roman Empire. Someone's trying to take it. They've got a lot of other wars going on because he's excommunicated, it would seem. Yeah, Croatian excommunication war. Austrian. Wow. So a lot of people attacking the Holy Roman Emperor. He's not very holy. He's not very Roman. He's very German. Kaiser Eu4 the Unready. Maybe he was unready. Who would be your heir? Not your son. No, he is your son. Oh, you just had him. You had him as I clicked on you. That's why it didn't really pop up. What is this? Thuringia. Duchess Euphemia Kungzakal. So obviously, descended from the Khazars, we would guess from this symbol here. Catholic. She's German, though, from at least her. She's got 2 little duchies there. So the Holy Roman Empire is not looking so great these days. The Holy Roman Empire is having a lot of problems. We've seen a few nations kind of popping out here and there. Not too much. We've got another one down here. I think they popped out of Nutra, possibly. I think that's the same dynasty name as we saw in Nutra. Francia's taken, I think, more of Scotland. Yeah, you got Albany. There was some Swedish, I think, up there. The Swedish, though, still control a lot of the south of England. Kind of them and the Russian-English fighting it out. What is this, though? Cordoba. We've now got an independent Cordoba. A genius girl. A de Brest. She is Basque culture. So she's now independent. And Francia's kind of been split into 2, as we can see here. Huh. Well, I'm sure that won't be a big problem for them. I'm sure it'll be fine. The Holy Roman Empire, though, still in complete war right now. The northern kind of Italian empire, it used to be great. Just thinking back, technically Francia was part of the Holy Roman Empire, remember? But because they made both empires, they split it up in the end. If he hadn't have done that, this could have all been Holy Roman Empire. Which is, I think I would have preferred that. I would have loved to have seen a massive Holy Roman Empire and going into EU4, seeing all the separate states. I think that would have been really cool. But we're not going to get that. We might not even have the Holy Roman Empire survive at this rate. Looking at it, it's not looking good, is it? We've only got like 20 more years. So, I mean, he has time. He has time to survive and refix everything. But Gwynedd now controls down here. Huh. Anglo-Saxon, living in the Middle East. Do you have any other lands? You were attacking Mali, but I don't see it anymore. You're not actually independent in Gwynedd, are you? Yes, you are. So the Anglo-Saxon up here, he went kind of on his adventure to the Middle East. He took over the lands there, and yeah. What an interesting thing. English Civil War right now. Igor the Frail's war for England. West Geatish claim on Ostergotland. Quite a few wars going on in many different places at the moment. Trying to get these borders sorted before we get to EU4, I guess. Francia. Holding over Orkney. The fighting over Orkney, great. Everyone cares about Orkney. The Pope only has 1 place left at the moment still. Francia now controls this. I think we could definitely see the Byzantine Empire and Francia going to war quite a bit in the next game. The Bolus family keeping control of this for ages as well. Very impressive with them being able to keep control over that empire for now. Oh, is that over then? Nope, still got a couple of wars. Holy War, Vestlander Holy War, and Bulgarian Holy Roman Excommunication War. So got a bit of a Bulgaria thing going on there. You still got the knee bent, Britannia. Bending the knee. Brought Britannia to its knees in more ways than one, to be honest, didn't it? It really did. There's a civil war over here in Suomi for Count Tuno's claim, so someone's making their own claim for that. Lithuania looks okay. Nutra seems to be fine as well. No civil wars there. Egypt seems okay. We've got a horde still. We've got a couple of hordes still. They're very tiny, but there's still a couple of them left. Amdo. What is Amdo? So we got Gulapo Tujabid Ramsha II, the Wise. Tujabid, he's a Bodpa, he's a Tibetan Buddhist. He's taking over the north up here, and he's kind of got his own 2 kingdom titles, 20,000 men. So it looks like Tibet, you got Kashmir, yet Tibet is mostly fallen apart, like the actual empire tier title They've lost a few more lands. They got bits here and there, but they're no longer as strong as they used to be. You got Kashmir now. Yeah, Gilipo Puyol, Nietsen of Kashmir. So you got a few different other kingdom tier titles popping out. No longer of the same family. No longer the Pugyal family. Yep, but those two still exist anyway. The Deccan Empire, what's going on with you guys? Increased council power. De jour war, okay. Vedumba. Genius this guy is. Okay. And let's go back over here. Let's see, still got Gwynedd over here. Arabia. Yemen is now free from the Chinese. Or Mongols, whichever you want to say, I guess. Mali. Okay. Oh, Cordoba was eaten up by Francia. Not really a surprise there. We kind of expected that to happen. We've got over here... We've got a little independent... I would say Irish, but they're Anglo-Saxon. Grand Princess Cuthberg the Young, the De Burgh family, kind of come out over here. Civil war over here. Civil war for Gavelkind. Lithuania Lipskian vassalization war. Okay. Suomi does not look in good shape. I think the rebels are winning right now. That poor boy. 6 years old and he's about to lose everything. His father was assassinated by someone. Who? Prince Latlem. You're not the one attacking, are you? It's not for your claim, I don't think. Yeah. I was going to say, if it was for his own claim, that'd be a masterful move, but it's not. And we've got Polotsk. Yep, we got Polotsk over here. Okay, they kind of just changed the title, that's it. They just changed their main title. Pomerania... We're getting lots of Pomerania, sorry, not Pomerania. Pomerania, led by the Ledwalden family. Why are all these little nations suddenly popping up? Like, Bavaria's come back. King Baldric the Liberator. Baldric has done it. Finally, a cunning plan must have worked for him. Blackadder for you. Von Imst. Well, there you go. So we're seeing a lot of smaller nations reappearing suddenly, and this is giving Francia, I think, more room to expand than they had before. Yeah, that they're being able to kind of just eat up all these little guys one at a time. They're like Germany, the Holy Roman Empire, they're kind of giving these... Sweden, they're kind of leaving these places out in the open. Suomi has changed leaders to King Tool. He's a brawny man, same family. And he has a finger of St. John, so that must have shown him the way. He must have seen that. He's got the holy finger. It must mean that he's meant to be the king. That's just how it is. That's just how things are in Suomi. You have the finger, you're the king. Sweden's lost a bit more land in England, I think. They lost some also to Francia. Where is the King of England? Where's the King of England's main title? What? Ben David. King Igor Ben David. What is that? Moray. Okay, he's right up there. He's right up there on the edge of Scotland. That's why I did not notice it. How's Iceland? What is this? What is this? The Skuldung family, they've literally been pushed back so much. Not only could they not hold Iceland, they lost part of Iceland. Yeah, they just went independent. Osk. The Osk family rebelled. They're like, this is our island. You got kicked out of Scandinavia, come to our island. This is ours. And so the peasants rose up and took over. They're still alive, though. I mean, son of hell, but... what a sad day. As long as they survive, I don't care. As long as that family is here in EU4, I'm happy. It's just, you know... it's just kind of silly right now. That whole situation with them. Getting pushed all the way to Iceland. Then losing Iceland as well. These guys, Lapland, got taken over by Francia. Yep, Francia just... pushing their empire everywhere. These two are going to have to clash at some point. We haven't seen them clash. Sunny Jihad for Egypt. Egypt's under attack. Because they have a Catholic... oh no, I think it's over. The cleansing flame of Egypt. Yep, Yemen, Arabia. The kind of the last vestiges of the Sunni and Shia faith. Any Shia actually left? Yeah, okay, they are Shia. Yeah, it's mostly Shia, actually. Hardly any Sunni left, actually. Well, there we go. Oh, Amdo has definitely grown a little bit there. Because the name's definitely moved. You can definitely tell that. Abyssinia, you know, has its own little kingdom down here. Got a bit of land up here, apparently. Sultan Amram, Jibralid. How will that affect Ethiopia? Will Ethiopia actually be in the game? Because it goes quite low down, actually. Yeah, Francia's basically now got the whole of Eastern Europe, like think Poland area and stuff. And, of course, they got the West as well. Britannia's still got the knees bent. I like to say, I want to see if that does still stay like that in EU4. I don't know if there'll still be a tributary or, you know, something like that. Have to wait and see how that looks. It could just be they'll be independent, but that probably won't be good for them anyway, because an independent Britannia right now is not that great. I guess it would make Britannia quite interesting, because we do have, you know, Sweden, England, and of course Britannia there, though we do have a bit of Francia, which could be a bit of a problem for the people that live there. Holy Roman, how are you guys doing? You still at war with anyone? Holy Roman War to make King Manfred of Germany a tributary state. So now they want to make Germany bend the knee to them. They want to be more like Francia. They're like, look how good Francia's doing. You know, they did that with whole Britannia. We need to do it to Germany. How's Gwynedd going? Conquests, Midden, Holy War. Yeah, Gwynedd has a lot of things to deal with. 5,000 men. Don't know if that's going to be enough. One of the wars is over, but another one has begun. Lothian Gwynedian de jure war over Dunbar. So we've got a lot of things for them. We've got only a few more years now, less than 10 years, until we have to end CK2. It's the end of an era. And actually, it didn't take as long as I thought. I think a lot of people thought this was going to take a lot longer than it did. And actually, it didn't. It was actually pretty quick. We only... How many has it been? 15 parts, maybe? I'm not sure. I can't remember how many parts it's been. But it's actually not been as many parts as I expected. So, glad to see that. It does mean if you guys do enjoy, maybe in the future we can do it once again. See how things could be different a second time, possibly. Maybe do like a, you know, Shattered Realms one or something. Who knows? There are many options we could do if we ever did it again. But that's only obviously if you guys enjoy it the first time. If you guys don't enjoy it the first time, then there's not much point in doing it again, is there? But we'll see. We'll see how things go and how this little adventure, where it takes us. For Chipaz's claim on Perm. Teutonic Permian de jure war. Where's the Teutonic Order? And what is the Civil War? Francia, what's going on? Let's just go through. Okay. Roger the Fat. Independence Revolt. And they are winning. If they win, this could completely shatter Francia just before we get into EU4. And they are getting close. Emperor, what are you doing? Stop them. You got to... Oh my. Oh god. Okay, slow down. Slow down. We just had... This is quite... Not as big as I was hoping it would be, but still pretty big. Okay. So, what do we have free? Oh, wow, Mauritania. So we got a free Mauritania. D'Espagne family. They're French, though. So French is going to be spread out throughout the world, most likely. They've got quite a bit of land, quite a bit of power. We've got Asturias, which has taken a lot of land in northern Iberia. The Gusion family, they are Andalusian. They've got a lot of Brittany. They've got a lot of kind of the Burgundy land, I guess. Yeah. That is going to be one hell of a mess in EU4. We got also Poitou. Duke Anglebert, he's French, the Hismus family. Wow, that has thrown everything into disarray. We still have a massive, though, Byzantine Empire. They're okay. They are okay, so... Huh. What is this? Austria. There is a... I never get to see a Kingdom of Austria whenever I start. Whenever I start in the first part of the game, for CK2. I never see a Kingdom of Austria form, but we have it. It's a Lombard family, so the Lombards are back. Wolpatingi. Now, I recognize that name. Yep, they've been Dukes of Austria for a long time. Well, there you go. God, it's going to take us a long time to go back. Okay, they've been since then. County of Orbitello. I see the Holy Roman Empire was there. You guys go so far back. Lombardy. Well, okay, I've got a different family, but yes, I kind of was not paying attention at the end there. But we got a Kingdom of Austria as well. Is this Austria? Yep, Austria has quite a bit of land, actually. They've got a lot of pieces of land here and there. So we're going to have to hope that that, like I say, fixes itself in EU4. Hopefully the neighbor wars and stuff attacking each other, they'll start to kind of clean themselves up. We've got Polotsk. Okay, a few different kingdoms popped out there. Not too many. Oh, Nordriki. They've come up their Norse culture now. Rickfriedi. Sultan? Wait. Sultan? You're Catholic. Well, okay, there's something's going on there, but yeah, we got 5 more years left. Let's go. The Sultan, huh? I don't know why he's calling himself a Sultan. That does seem a bit odd. Britannia didn't take the opportunity to get independence, so that's kind of odd for them. Still Russian here in England. Frankie, are you going to try and eat them back up? Peasant revolts. Sardinian French excommunication war. Another one, is he excommunicated? Yep, he is Roger's having a bad time. Roger Hessen has made this whole empire fall apart. In one fell swoop. What has he done? What has he done? Nordrikia's land down here. Sultanate of us. Why are they a sultanate as well? No, he's not. It says sultanate, so that the title of it is sultanate for the actual thing he has. Austria actually got the land down here in Africa. Did anyone else, like, did Jerusalem? Gailly, what is this? Duke Thomas of Galilee. Well, there you go, Galilee. Is it Galileo? I don't know. So they've got now this side independent as well. He is French. Debris. Well, there you go. You got a little independent place there, and then there's kind of like the Holy Land. What an odd way for things to go right at the end here for Francia. I thought we were going to have a massive clash in EU4 of Francia versus the Byzantines, but that might not happen. It might not. Europe is once again thrown into disarray. We were getting kind of nicer borders, and now it's just been thrown into chaos for the end, hasn't it? Thanks, CK2. You wanted to remind us that you're still CK2, didn't you? They just want to remind us of that, you know? Make sure that we don't forget the border gore in CK2 can sometimes be the worst one, due to the inheritances and stuff, and rebellions, should we say. A county. A free county of Estonians, okay. Suomi's got another civil war, probably, no, for Gavelkind, actually. I thought maybe they were trying to take it back. Lithuania still survives, though, to this day. Perm survives as well. Mordvin culture. So they're still surviving. We've got 3 more years, guys. 3 more years. But can these 3 nations survive Francia? Francia will be wanting to take back those lands. Claim on Northampton. Excommunication war. Excommunication. He has 13,000 men. Yeah. He's in trouble, isn't he? He's got a lot of people that hate him. Roger the Fat, what have you done? You almost single-handedly destroyed this grand empire. I mean, it could fall down even worse in the next few years, but... I mean, will the wars continue into EU4? I assume they do, so if there's like a rebellion, does that go into EU4 as well? I'm not completely sure, so it's been a long time since I've even used the converter, so I'm kind of excited to see what things do and don't go into it. Gwynedd is still down here. Oh, crikey. Malwa? Malwa, you're not much anymore, are you? You're not really much, are you? Just that little tiny place. The Mongol Empire, not so much an empire anymore, are you? 2,000 men. 2,000 men. We got I almost was exactly 2 years when I said it, but obviously we're going quite fast, so I went very quickly through it. Is this girl Ray? No, Duchy of Flanders. Ah, the Wolpertingi family. They also have this. Or is that... Were they Austrian before? Mauritania's land up here. No. Gotta go back so we can actually see a clean area. When everyone's got their soldiers up, it's kind of hard to see sometimes what exactly is going on. Lithuania's grown a little bit. Just a little bit. But Austria, will they be the new Habsburgs? I mean, not with that face. You're not going to have many babies with that face. What you got? What have you got? You've got a crown of pearls from a long time ago from Duke Arnfrid the Lion. And we're now into 1444. This is the year of EU4, so we've got a few more months to go, and then we'll be changing everything into that. And it's a new emperor. Emperor Age. What happened to Roger the Fat? Roger was taken down from his position. His brother controls Austrasia. Okay. A few more months to go. We'll lower the speed a bit, just so we can keep, an eye on stuff right now. And actually, the timing for this part is perfect, yeah. This actually will be exactly this last part. There's a good actual length for this video. Good to see. I want to see you fall more. Now that it's completely collapsed, I want to see it collapse even more. Just so we get some more nations popping out here and there. But can anyone stop them? Can anyone stop the Greeks? I mean, look at this. It's not even bad borders. If they ate this up, that's pretty nice borders, actually. Will anyone be able to stop them? I have no idea. And we're coming up to the last few days. 11 days left. And then we'll check everything. Oh no! I did one more day over. No! Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so let's go through the map and we'll have a quick look at everything. We'll take a little bit of a sketch back. Then we'll go through a bit more in detail in a second. So, here is the world of CK2 right now. As you can see, the Byzantine Empire here, Egypt, pretty strong as well. Deccan Empire, Francia, obviously still extremely strong. And the Holy Roman Empire. Kind of the main players that we can see here. If we have a quick look at religion. Look at that Catholic religion. I've never seen it so strong. At the beginning, I thought it was going to be terrible. Normally, you see them get their ass kicked by like Sunni or Shia from the Iberia normally, or from the Middle East, but that did not come to pass. Buddhist, obviously very powerful as well. Hindu, basically just surviving in the Deccan Empire. But other than that, that's, Germanic. Germanic. Germanic is just an... Look, their bit is completely gone from Scandinavia. Not even any heresies in Europe at all. Wow. Yeah, so the religion's actually not that interesting apart from Iceland. We look at cultures as well. Let's go have a quick look up here then. So up here we got Norwegian in Iceland. The Norse culture still survives. Quite a bit of Norse culture here. Over here we got Anglo-Saxon, of course. A bit of Irish is back. Irish culture is back. We got Russian here in the northern England. And kind of a bit here. And a bit scattered everywhere else. Anglo-Saxon, though, being the dominant kind of culture here, though, in Britannia. French being very strong. Irish a bit here in Brittany. Occitan, Lombard still here. French getting quite strong in southern Iberia. And up north we have Andalusian. It's Catalan a little bit surviving here. Bedouin is over here as well. Andalusian, Berber and a bit of Dutch as well. The Mandi culture survived. There we go. That's kind of good for them. A bit of a mess up here in North Africa. But over here it's very much, kind of strong Bedouin one. Anglo-Saxon here in the middle. Bedouin over here as well. Greek is massive. Look at the Greek culture. They're taking everything. Italian has a pretty good presence in Italy. Lombards, though, still kind of surviving on the outskirts. Khazar over here. German culture. Yeah, the north kind of Germany is a bit separated between like Saxons, Anglo-Saxon, I guess. We got a bit of Polish here, Lithuanian, Russian, Khazar, Avar culture still surviving a little bit. A bit of Han over here. Mordvin over here in the north. A lot of it surviving in Perm, actually. Finnish. Estonian surviving in Suomi. And, yeah. Okay. Ugar. Mongol, of course. Bodpa. Very strong. Hindustan. Okay. So we got all the kind of what we can say from that. Economically, India is extremely powerful when it comes to economy. Even Tibet, the sort of Middle East here, very strong as well. Pretty much everywhere looks pretty economically good, apart from, you know, Iceland, northern Siberia, the very kind of northern parts of Russia maybe. But everywhere else looks pretty good economically. Maybe not here as well, or some parts of Africa, but mostly everywhere looks very good economically. Anything else we can look at? Dynasties, not really that useful to look at the dynasties actually. Trade zones. Venice, Armenia, Con, got a bit over here. You can see the trade routes over here. Government types, we know it's all feudal. Nomadic is basically gone. There's no more tribal people anymore. They've all changed. Yep, even in Iceland. Monastic feudal over here. But how could that change into EU4 and, of course, Victoria 2 and Hearts of Iron 4, where government is a lot more important, really? But yeah, epidemics. Smallpox, that's really it. Okay, let's have a quick look at the different kingdoms we've got then. So we've got, obviously, up here in Iceland, the former Skoldung family. They used to be great and powerful, but now they just sit in Iceland, you know, with their old religion. They tried to reform the religion, but it just wasn't enough to keep it alive. The Catholics were too strong. Then we go to Britannia, where we can see the empire, the former Grand Empire. It was so grand. Remember that Britannia Empire was so grand, and now it's held by a Russian, Usempi, and they've bent the knee to Francia. Ireland obviously used to be a kingdom in Ireland. No longer there at all. We have the Kingdom of England. King Igor, also Russian. The Russians have taken over kind of, think of it kind of like the Norman invasion, but with Russians. They've got kind of the nobility all Russian, but the people, there's still a lot of Anglo-Saxon people. Sweden also has a bit of land over here as well. Where's their capital? Oh, here it is, yeah. And he is actually Anglo-Saxon. So King Sinulf of Northumbria with this area down here. Then we got the Empire of Francia, who seem to be kind of clearing up. They're trying to take back lands that they've lost. Their Hessen family. What a story Francia was. You know, the Holy Roman Empire formed, took over a lot of the land of France and stuff, made a second empire of Francia, and then it split itself apart. And the Hessens have kind of been in control, mostly of it ever since. We've got new empires, new kingdoms formed with Asturias, Mauritania, all mostly of like, you know, French or Andalusian culture, of smaller families. Poitou or Cordoba is now free as well. Again, they were free before, but they'd become free again. We got also Austria. Quite strong, actually, Austria. A lot of land here and there. We've got Flanders. German family. We've got Gilray. Saxon family. Okay, one of the few Saxon kind of culture places left, really. Quick Ricky family. Holy Roman Empire controlled by the de Botoricus family. Risen up from nothing, basically. Bavaria as well. Von Rufach family, Germans. And Germany, which is controlled by von Stellek. They were from the Lidwolden family, so how did this come about? Have you got a different name? You were a bastard. So the current rulers of Germany are a bastard dynasty of the Lidwoldens. I mean, the Lidwolden family used to control like the whole of Britannia, and they lost it all. They got too involved in the politics of Europe. They tried to get married and involved in the politics of Europe, which seemed to be working out well for them. They took over a lot of kingdoms and stuff, inherited lots of stuff, but in the end it led to their downfall, as it led to them coming to blows, I guess, with Francia and stuff, you know. Sad day overall for them. up north with a few independent petty kings and dukes. The Mule von Vichen family. Nordriki up here, the Norse. So we've got a few of them up here. Suomi currently is in civil war right now. Not sure that's going to affect them in EU4. We got Lithuania. Perm over here. We looked at a lot of these families recently, of course, but I'm just going over them just before we jump in. The Emperor Bolus, they've held this position for a long time now, and they're currently probably the major world power in the world. The Cisse family have kept the control over Mali. They formed Mali. They've kept control over it. Even when the Mongols came and then Francia came, they've always been able to keep control over it. And I mean, they had to change to Catholic, but that's really it. Egypt has converted to a Catholic religion. The Samorid family. Sunni and Shia has kind of been pushed out by the strength of the Byzantine Empire. The Mongols coming in and crushing basically all their kingdoms and empires. It's not been a good time for them, and losing the Holy Land. We can see over here, Kingdom of Austria controls a little bit of land there as well. We got a little Abyssinia down here. Yemen has lost some land to Egypt. The Mizrid, a lot of the grand families of Arabia are gone, you know? Where are the Abbasids? Where are the, you know, all the others? Arabia is controlled by another Catholic who is secretly a Shia, but actually a Shia heresy, Harufi. Even more confusing. Over in India with the Deccan Empire, could be a big player in EU4. We got Delhi actually doing pretty strong as well. The Bhumikara family. Then we got obviously Tibet, which has very strong nations, but it's all split apart now. You got Tibet, Kashmir, Guj, Yutsang, Amdo up north. All divided, but can someone bring them all together? And that's what we've got here, guys. So that is Crusader Kings 2. What will E4 bring? Will the Byzantine Empire take over everything? Destroy everyone? We'll have to wait and see. Can they reform the Roman Empire? I don't know. Can we see the AI do it? We'll have to wait and see. Guys, I've been NG Paradox. This has been Crusader Kings 2. Next time we'll be back, we will be in EU4. So hopefully things work out, and if they do, I'll see you there for next time. Bye, guys.